Concerns over China sending stock prices here, however, lower, well, when they could be traded. Trading on the floor of the New York Exchange was halted for nearly 4 hours. The exchange blaming a technical glitch. Have you heard that one before? Joining us now, cybersecurity expert, CEO of Network Security Group, John Lucich. Good to have you with us, John. And with us, Wall Street legend, icon, and great American, Ted Weisberg, president of Seaport Securities. He was in the middle of all this at the exchange today. Good to have you both here. Ted, first, let me ask you, technical glitch? Are you kidding me? Technical glitch?
Well, we live in a world of electronic trading, like it or not, and technical glitches happen. I mean, that's the excuse. I mean, how would you know if it's anything other than that? I mean, that's.
Well, I'm going to tell you how we would know. We would turn to John Lucich, expert on cybersecurity, and we would ask him your view, your opinion.
It's more than a technical glitch when it brings a network of that size and complexity down to its knees, and they have to close for 3.5, 4 hours. I would say that it was a little bit more than that, and I don't know what it exactly was, but I can tell you this. They're saying it was a software update. Complex networks of this size often have a test environment in where they do updates to find out that there are no glitches in it before they actually release that into the live environment.
They secure the environment of the initial
totally separate
application of the software.
They also have redundant systems in environments like this where if one side goes down, the other side goes up, and hopefully they didn't do the update at the both sides. Multiple distribution paths for power, multiple distribution paths for connectivity. I don't know what it was, but I'm very suspicious of this technical glitch, they say.
So there's a view. And here's another problem I have with the New York Exchange, personally. It is, I've gone through the market crash of '87 and more than a few flash crashes and aberrations in the system. The truth of the matter is the SEC did not step out today. It did not, as the lead regulator, take any responsibility here to allay investor concerns. I mean, we've got what the retail market for now for stocks, stock ownership's about 15% in this country. But they've got a responsibility. I don't know what the heck they were doing. The head of the New York Stock Exchange isn't out talking to every news organization, holding press conferences. It was the damnedest performance I have ever seen by the exchange.
Well, and that all might be true, and I'm there now 46 years.
Right.
And I've seen some pretty interesting performances.
Can I put it this way? I didn't see any John Phelan's or Dick Grasso's there.
Well, exactly. But what was different, accepting the fact that it was a technical glitch, whatever that means, the fact is the investing public in general was not disadvantaged because instead of having one or two venues.
As far as we know.
We'll never know. But instead of one or two venues, we now have over 50 different venues.
No, I get that. I get the system. I get the electronic trading. Right. I look at the central markets and the peripheral markets. Right. I also look at the performance of the people responsible. That's a public trust, right. No matter which private corporation owns it.
Right.
And that hasn't changed as far as I'm concerned. What I am concerned about is the language that's being used here. We're told by United that it's a router. How likely is that? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. I can't believe that a network of that size, even for United, would depend upon one router, one system, that there wouldn't be redundant systems, redundant everything that's actually there. But as far as going out in front of the public, whether it's United or whether it's the stock exchange, I don't believe they should if they don't know the issues. But that's different from allaying fears. They should have come out and said something like that, but I don't want people just coming out with this technical glitch or this or that. If you don't know, don't say. Say, look, we're investigating it. As soon as we find out, we're going to come out and tell you. But when you start going down this road, you're too stupid to understand this.
Configuration. Let me turn to, because people watching and listening to you folks today, I mean, we're talking about the Wall Street Journal down for an hour. We're talking about two of the great American corporations here in the New York Stock Exchange and in United Continental. And we don't get the feeling we're getting the straight answer from our regulators. And then we've got the FBI head, James Comey, appealing to the American people for the tools to defend the federal government. It's in the 7th year of this administration's cyber attacks Arno Dvorgarov, amongst others, has been talking about this for 30 years. There's no mystery. Why should there even be a question? Why should we have to be questioning a government, an exchange, and a great American corporation? Because it just doesn't sound like it doesn't make a lick of sense, if I may say.
It doesn't, because they already have the tools to protect us, and they all have the tools. The federal government is not responsible for private corporations. That's their own doing. But the federal government has every tool in its possession. If you can't use what you have to defend this nation and to defend the federal government's infrastructure, then get somebody in there who can do that, okay? Because they have the tools.
He looked like a complete fool standing there before Congress testifying as he did. And I'm sorry, Mr. Director, but, I mean, come on, grow up. Somebody needs to just simply man up and say, let's go do this and get it done.
Absolutely.
This is silly.
Well,
and we've got people fussing without explanation, as if they don't have to explain a damn thing to the American people. Whether they're a private company or not, there's a responsibility to make sure the American public knows what's going on.
Especially when their data is at risk.
We're getting stonewalled. This network, every news organization in the country is getting stonewalled on the issue, and it's wrong, and it's got to change. I admire your faith, Ted. I admire your faith.
You have to have faith, otherwise you're not going to get up in the morning. But I don't disagree with you, but this is the world we live in.
I'm hoping this was a technical glitch, but if it was more than that, it's going to leak out.
Yeah, well,
Just like how long did the federal government come out and tell us millions of records of past employees over how many years?
The first number, 4 million.
Right,
Our federal government told us 4 million records
Right.
have been compromised at the Office of Personnel Management. The number they're using now is 32 million,
Right.
and it turns out it was a year and a half ago.
It always comes out.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. At least we can keep the country together if that's the case. John, good to have you with us. Ted, always. I admire your faith. I truly do. And your smile. Good to have you with us, my friend.